sexual lions, clownfish that change sex, and gay penguins. And obviously, this is evidence of a satanic gay agenda. I mean, to be honest, most nature documentaries are ethically questionable. They involve a combination of murder, sexually predatory behaviour, often with at best dubious levels of consent, and wall-to-wall nudity. So, let's not turn to nature documentaries for good, wholesome family entertainment. But the reaction to this programme, which is going to be on NBC Peacock in America, apparently, is predictably hilarious. I mean, you shouldn't delve too far into social media responses, but one in particular that fascinated me was someone who said, "So sick of this LGBTQ shit being rammed down our throats." Now, rammed down our throats is an interesting term. This is on television. The television is an electricity-powered device with at least 3 main methods available for switching it off: at the remote control, the button on the TV itself, and the plug on the wall. Further alternatives to avoid any potential throat ramming include changing the channel. This is on US TV. Most US TVs have hundreds of channels, the vast majority of which will not be broadcasting bi-curious wildebeest or gender unconventional terrapins. Furthermore, many televisions are also internet-enabled, so any viewer wishing not to have the gay animal documentary rammed down their throat can access enough live-streamed entertainment to last literally years. Netflix, for example, has an estimated 4 years' worth of content available at all times. And if that's not enough, if your TV also has YouTube access, well, one estimate suggests that's 95,000 years of content available on YouTube, some of which may involve gay animals, but most of which does not. So if you are really concerned about having this documentary rammed down your throat or eyes, just plonk yourself down in front of your television, change the channel, and by the time you finish watching it in 95,000 years, assuming you don't watch anything added from the moment you start watching it, of course, we should have a clearer idea of whether or not God gets really cross about gay penguins and destroys the planet in his furious vengeance. Or you could just do something that isn't watching telly. Go for a walk in the park, although there is a danger you might accidentally see 2 beetles locked in a loving, sexual embrace and not be sure whether they're heterosexual or not. So there are options not to have this rammed down your throat. Tom, as a spokesman for the LGBTQ and
Animal Kingdom,
Kingdom, of which you are a member of both, as a human, I mean, this story is, you must feel deeply ashamed of your people and everything they stand for. That you're broadcasting stuff that might make children believe that this kind of behaviour is natural.
Yes. Just as a note, if people do want to see LGBTQI shit being ran down people's throats, that's another documentary that is airing on NBC, but it's after The Watershed, so it's a bit later on. Probably don't show the kids that one, I suppose. I don't know why all the outrage is there. We've obviously known the existence of bisexual lions for a very long time, about 80 years, ever since the release of The Wizard of Oz, featuring an extremely camp lion who was cowardly, and by that I mean deeply closeted. But it's just a documentary exploring the fact that there is homosexuality behaviour in more than 1,500 species, apparently, in the animal kingdom. Hot tip, Andy, if you're ever trying to get a straight guy to do a little bit of experimenting, I can tell you from personal experience that citing that statistic does not work. But the outrage...
That's worth a go, I guess. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's always good to use some facts every now and again. The outrage online was pretty amazing. There's a big account called End Wokeness, of course. They shared the trailer saying this is so f***ed up and evil for our youth, describing it as science revisionism for a satanic gay agenda. And it's true. Finally, as I've always predicted, Andy, science has teamed up with Satan to turn your children into gay penguins. I'm so glad that all my predictions have come to pass, and I don't regret that tattoo at all. I like that idea of science revisionism too, that idea of like updating our understanding of the world based on new evidence and explanatory theories. You might think that's science, but no, that's science revisionism, okay? Science was finished, and we figured it out in the 50s. Everyone knows this. We've locked in the facts, and that's it. Our scientific understanding of the natural world is like God's law or the BBC. It cannot change.
I think we should go back to, science of the 4 humans, They had a scientific idea then. You're dying. You've got too much bile. you're feeling lightheaded, you've got too much blood. Why revive? It worked for them. We can assume.
Why not? It still works. They are, to be fair, though, they are totally right. This is all part of the LGBTQI plus agenda. This is how we make children gay and trans. We put together a documentary detailing homosexual activity in the animal kingdom. We screen it on free-to-air television, which young people love to watch. And then we just sit back and wait. It's the perfect plan. We have a very similar strategy when it comes to trying to get kids to hibernate over the winter and lay eggs as well. We're using the same approach on those kind of behaviours as well. So fingers crossed. I think it's going to work out pretty well.
Yeah.
I find it really funny that one of the comments was, they are coming for your kids. And honestly, if a lion is coming for your children, I feel like ascertaining its sexuality is very low on the list of priority.
There's other options, of course, other than, as I mentioned, changing channel or watching something else. You could just smash your TV to pieces. That's another option. That's you could smash it with a baseball bat, a golf club, a fire extinguisher, a curling stone, a euphonium, a concrete sculpture of a heterosexual goat, or any other large object. Or you could just gouge your own eyeballs out. I mean, those are all options to avoid it being rammed down your throat. So please take one of those, but do it safely.
I've got a great tagline for my next show from this, which is, "The wonderful world of woke brings us some great lefty lunacy." You need to have to pay a PR.